Rubber bands, Invisalign, oral hygiene. What do they all have in common? Time for some PFOing so you know where you're going. Welcome back, everybody. It's me, Dr. Ryan Packard, your local orthodontist at Packard Family Orthodontics. So, today's episode, rubber bands, Invisalign, and oral hygiene. Good oral hygiene. What do they all have in common? It's a special word. Starts with a C and rhymes with compliance. You got it, compliance. Before we jump into some details about this special word, remember, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Leave a question, leave a comment down below. I'm not gonna be able to talk about everything, and of course, the best place for you to get particular information is your local provider, but hopefully we can talk about some general things. So again, if you have general questions, perhaps I can be of service. Maybe I can even make a video just for you. And consider subscribing to our channel so that I can open your eyes to the wonders of straight teeth and beautiful bites. Okay, compliance. Why is this word so important? Well, to be compliant in orthodontic terms means that you are listening and following through with what your orthodontist asks you to do. There are 3 common areas that patients, you need to be compliant in order to maintain good oral health. 2, reduce treatment time, the overall treatment length. And 3, help you accomplish your treatment goals. Let's start. Rubber bands, that is so common. I know you know what they are. Remember those stretchy things? These aren't the only kind, but this is one of the kinds. These puppies, we've talked about these before. We haven't done a full episode on it. We will. Don't you worry, you rubber band lovers out there. I know you're out there. Actually, these rubber bands are so important because, as you can see in this picture, check this out. The way that the teeth are supposed to fit together is what we call a class 1 occlusion. We've used these before, okay? Remember? It's hard to see when it's so bright. There it is, right there. Okay. The way that the teeth fit together, it's like a perfect mesh all the way on the side, both sides. And then when you have that, it means that our front teeth, really, there's not like a huge overjet. The right occlusion, the way that the teeth fit together, it's called class 1, and you have that beautiful mesh and you have minimal overjet. Most people though, they come in and they need some sort of bite improvement, whether they have positive overjet, check out our other video about overjet, or underbite, positive overjet, too much, you're like, whoa, or you got the underbite going on. How do you fix that? You use rubber bands. These guys, if you're using Invisalign or brackets, you hook these onto the brackets or the Invisalign, and what it does is it pulls or adjusts the bite. It helps pull the teeth. If you're forward, it helps pull them back, forward, back, or back and forward. And in this picture that I have, you can see we went from a backwards, right? We're kind of in an underbite, almost an underbite. The teeth weren't fitting together very well. And this patient did a great job on rubber bands and popped it forward. Listen, if you don't wear your rubber bands, it's not gonna work. The brackets, the braces, the Invisalign, they don't really correct bites. You have to have rubber bands. And most of the time, the rubber bands, you have to be consistent, not just at night, all right? I know you're out there, you individuals who only wear your rubber bands just at night. And then you come into my office and you say,
I wear them all the time, I promise.
Anyways, if you want treatment to go as planned, to accomplish what you want to accomplish, and if you don't wanna be in treatment forever, and if you want to maintain good oral health, you need to wear your rubber bands faithfully. Do it like your orthodontist says, and you'll be surprised. It can happen like that. It still takes time, but it can happen much faster than you think. So, compliance with rubber bands, do it. Just do it. Second, and this is not in order of like priority. In fact, we could have started with oral hygiene. Why do you need to be compliant with oral hygiene? Well, listen, good oral hygiene is the most important thing to your overall oral health. If you want to keep your teeth and you want to keep them long term where they don't fall out or you don't get gum disease, you need to keep good oral hygiene. And that means making sure that you're not leaving food all over your teeth, or you're not drinking and eating things that are so sugary that it leads to cavities. This is what I teach my kids. Basically, you got bacteria in your mouth. You can't see it, but they're there. And when you eat sugary things and you don't brush your teeth well, you can develop white spots. And that's because the bacteria take all the food, whether it's really sugary or not. They take the food, they digest it, and basically they poop acid on your teeth. How's that for a picture? And what the acid does is it gets into your tooth enamel, and it can either lead to white spots, as you can see in this picture. This individual didn't take care of their teeth while they had braces on, or it can lead to big cavities. Eventually, the acid breaks down the tooth so much that the tooth basically gets a hole in it. That is a cavity. Braces or Invisalign can make it harder to clean the teeth. Invisalign, you can take in and out, so you really shouldn't have any excuses there. Braces, you've got all these wires and the brackets, and it gets really hard, but it's not impossible. I have seen excellent hygiene with brackets and braces and Invisalign. You've just got to spend time brushing. If you're not good at brushing, if you're not compliant with your oral hygiene, you may have to finish your treatment early. Your orthodontist may be so concerned and say, hey, we can't do this anymore. We're gonna have to finish compromise because your teeth are breaking down. Or at the end of treatment, if you haven't taken good care of your teeth, then you may end up with, like I said, spots on your teeth. Those are like little baby cavities or actual cavities that you have to go get filled. Costs extra money, and it's just really sad. So you've got to be compliant with your oral hygiene to maintain good oral health. Finally, we've got Invisalign trays. All of you people out there that are wearing the Invisalign or the different aligner brands, if you don't wear the aligners, it's not gonna work. And if you don't wear it enough, it's not gonna work. You gotta make sure that those plastic trays, you slam those all the way down so that you don't have these gaps. Look at this, look at this. If your aligners are fitting like this, there's no way that they are working very well. You gotta make sure that they are all the way down. No gaps, no gaps, no gaps. And when you're taking them in and out, they should feel good. Well, I mean, your teeth are gonna be sore, but I'm talking about when you've worn them enough, they should feel good so that you're ready to move on to the next tray. If you wear your trays, Invisalign trays, or your clear aligner trays, whatever it is, it will be more effective. Check out this picture. This patient, in about 1 year, was able to close the bite with effective tray wearing, compliant tray wearing, and good rubber bands. Compliance with the rubber bands. So, good with the rubber bands and good with the trays, and look, boom, 1 year, wham, just like that. We went from here to here. How's that? But there are some people that only wear them at night or like 12 hours a day, half a day, and they start getting these small spaces in between their teeth. Can you see that there? See that gap? Like little gaps like that. And slowly the teeth stop fitting in the trays, and that means the trays aren't as good at pushing the teeth where we want them to go. So it can increase the total time or mean that you have to get new trays. Compliance. Compliance is the key, all right? Word of the day, look it up. Compliance. Do what your orthodontist says. So, in review, compliance will help with 3 things. Maintain good oral health while you're going through orthodontic treatment. 2, help you finish your orthodontic treatment in the right time. 3, help you to reach that treatment goal that you had. If you're not compliant, you'll be sorry. Anyways, if you have any questions about compliance, hygiene, rubber bands, Invisalign trays, feel free to leave a comment. Be sure to give us a thumbs up if you like this video, and consider subscribing to the channel so that I can open your eyes to the wonderful world of straight teeth and beautiful bites if you're compliant. That's all I've got. Just a little PFOing so you know where you're going. Packard out.